now. So the first card you have your past is the Knight of Wands. So obviously this is the most energetic, or one of the most energetic cards. It's, you know, it's wands, he's jumping up and down, all this fire, passion, everything else. It's like a frenzy. It feels like a big frenzy. It's almost like he's whipping up this big frenzy of energy. And it's a little bit like, what I'm seeing is there was some kind of energy and tension, and it was under the surface of something. And I'm kind of feeling that this was kind of building up for a while. And someone might have been saying little things, because I'm getting these little kind of pokes. It's like, yes, I'm saying, I want your attention. I'm pecking at you like a little bird. I want your attention. It's very irritating. And it's kind of like, I think it was kind of like, well, will I say anything? Is this kind of, is this enough for me to say something? Because if I say something, it's this little tiny subtle dig or whatever, I'm going to come across looking silly. So I think I'll just leave it. So I think that's what you did. And I think this was happening quite a lot. Someone was coming out with these little things. Might have been more than one person, but I'm definitely seeing one person. Now, and I think it was really, also it was quite subtle. I think it was more about the way this person said things. So it's a little bit like the tone, or like, you know, someone, there are 20 ways to say the same sentence. Sometimes it can sound straightforward, sometimes it sounds happy, sometimes it sounds a little bit shady. So I think that's what was happening there as well. Very hard to pinpoint, very difficult, and it was all kind of bubbling away under the surface. It was all kind of happening there. And yeah, you didn't say anything, which is really unusual for an Aries, but obviously because you are an Aries, I think this is going to come out. It's going to come out at some time. It absolutely has to. Like, you cannot have that happening. Something has to be said. But I think also, until you know exactly what the situation is and why they're doing this and what this is all about, I think at this time you were just waiting, and I think you might still be in that situation now. I don't know. And I'm getting a little bit of deja vu here, because I think this problem's come up in the past. It's come up in the past, and I think you've dealt with this, and I think it was a bit explosive when you did. And then it died down again, and now it's kind of on the rise again. So this kind of situation goes up and down. It goes down for a while, then it comes up again. Just like this horse that's kind of jumping up and down. So that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, and okay. I think last time this came up, and kind of you dealt with this last time, I think you felt as if, okay, I've gotten to the bottom of this now. I know what this is all about. It's over and done with. I'll just leave it. And now, and I think at that time you might have missed something, or someone was behind something, someone was doing something, and you missed that particular thing. And this time, when this comes up again, it's all going to come out at some time eventually. I don't know whether that's going to be when you say something or after that or what, but it is going to come out. And I think the identity of someone is going to come out who is around this, and I think it's going to be very, very surprising. I think you'll be very surprised when you find out who this is. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the next card you have, you pass the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is interesting. It's a very nice card. It can be very innocent. It doesn't have to be. And don't blame me. I know everyone always says, oh, you're making everyone paranoid and you're making everything negative. I don't mean to do that. This is just what I'm seeing, because I think this is tying in with what I was seeing in the Knight of Wands. So yeah, this can be about aspiring to something, being ambitious, because this page is looking up to this coin. He's thinking, this is what I want this thing, I'm aspiring to something. But I'm not sure how I'm going to get there yet, because he's got it right on the tips of his fingers, and he's thinking, oh, I don't know if I can have this, I'm going to drop it, I don't know. And Page is a student, so he might just be learning. He's not sure how he's going to do whatever it is. So okay, this is to do with the situation in the Knight of Wands. So what's behind this, I think, is it's like, okay, so I'm seeing a few things. I'll try and kind of sort them all out in my head, because I'm seeing one thing there, one thing there. Okay, so what will I start with first? Okay, I'll start with this. Okay, so there's two people talking. This is what I'm seeing. one person is behind the other person. How do I describe this? It's like one's the talker and the other one's the doer, and the talker is behind the doer. So it's kind of like it's almost like someone's up on a stage. You know, if you ever see a play and someone's up on a stage and someone's at the side of the stage kind of prompting the other one to talk. So they're saying, come on, this is your line, you have to say this. Have you forgotten this is what you say? You know, they're kind of whispering at the side. So someone's doing that behind this person who's standing out and making these little subtle, shady things. So that's what I'm seeing. And you're going to find out who it is, who the prompter is, let's say. And the other thing I'm seeing here is, again, this aspiring. So I think this is the reason why this person is doing this. I think they aspire to do something and they look at you and I think they think, well, this person can do this really easily. They don't seem to have any problems because you're very natural. I think you have a very, you do struggle. You work hard, you struggle. You have many, 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 many struggles, but I don't think this person sees that. They see you as someone who just naturally does whatever they do, no problems. Everything just falls on your lap and you're all fine. It's not like that at all, but that's how they see things. And so because they're aspiring to do a certain thing or be a certain thing or get somewhere or do something, they see you as having done this very easily and they're the one that's struggling. So that's what's behind all this thing. So that is what I'm seeing. Again, please don't be mad at me. I'm not making everyone paranoid on purpose. This is just kind of what I'm seeing here. Now, this is going to come out. And I think when this does come out, in whatever way it does come out, it is going to be a shock. It is going to be a surprise as to who this is. But I think what's going to happen is eventually, I don't know when, you're going to remove them from your life because it feels very serious. This feels very serious to me. And that's why I say things, not to make everyone paranoid, but because if I see something that's serious, I'm going to say. Okay, so the last card you have, I know you appreciate that because you're Aries, but some other people, I won't mention who. Okay, so yes, Strength card. Okay, so yeah, you didn't say anything about this thing. This is what I'm seeing. You knew this was kind of going on. It was kind of like, okay, that's a bit shady. What's that about? I don't like that. I don't feel good about that. But okay, I have to calm myself down. That's what this card's about, having to calm yourself down, push your tempo down a bit. And obviously you were irritated by this. But yeah, it wasn't quite enough for you to come out and say anything. But yeah, once this comes out, it's going to die down. Obviously it's not going to be all peaceful when it comes out. But after that all kind of, comes to a close, then you're going to have some peace around that. It's going to be like a big storm and then it kind of dies down. If you've ever had a great big storm and then it feels so peaceful after that's kind of what's going to happen after that. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is it feels like waiting and watching, kind of waiting and watching and kind of sitting back and looking and observing and getting ready for the right moment. That's what I'm seeing. And I think, I'm looking at this lion and it's like, when a lion crouches down, ready to kind of pounce on something. If you've ever seen, a cat crouching down before they pounce on something, I'm not saying someone's going to pounce on you. Well, they might. But someone's waiting for the right moment to talk to you. That's what I'm seeing. They're waiting to kind of pounce. And so, again, this is another thing that's kind of coming up and down in waves as well, because I think someone wants to connect with you. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. They adore you like this woman is adoring this lion. And I think once they used to really adore you, you know who this is, I think. Now, they're waiting for their moment, but they're not acting like they've had lots of opportunities. This is what I'm seeing. It's like the Uber's come past. And said, hello, here's the Uber, I'm here to pick you up. And they go, oh, not yet. And it goes past. And they order another one and that comes. And, then that goes past because they get nervous. They don't want to get in. And so that's what's happening. It's like, oh, here's my chance. I'm going to say something. Oh, no, I won't. And then they go back again. I've seen this in your readings before. I have seen this before. I remember I'm getting deja vu myself here. So, yeah, I don't want to say the same thing again. But this is what I'm seeing again. And I think they will come and talk to you if they haven't already. This is in the past. I think when they do, I don't think you're going to be all that surprised, actually. I really don't. I think you know this. I think you know that this is what this person's thinking, but you're not. The thing is, I think you know that this is kind of it. This was kind of left on this strange, in some kind of strange way, and they do have these thoughts about you, but you don't think about them all the time. To you, this is in the past now. You've moved on. But their mind's still on this. So your minds are in two different places. But I think when they come and talk to you, you're going to be quite confused. You're going to feel really strange, really weird. And part of that's because they missed the car so many times. If they had have come to you earlier, you might have said, okay, well, yeah, we do have things we need to talk about, that we should have. And when I saw you last week, I suppose we should talk about this and that. But now all this time's gone past. So when they do come back again, you'll be like, well, okay, why now? It's going to feel a bit like that. Okay, so the first card I should say, not the first card. The first card you have, your presence, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so obviously this is the slow card. This is the anti-Aries card. So again, this is this person. They're not doing anything about this. They're just taking so long to make up their mind. They've had all these opportunities in front of them. They haven't done anything about this. They go backwards and forwards in their mind, and nothing happens. Nothing happens. But it is going to happen at some time. But I think they're still in this mode right now. So yeah, the longer it takes, the more awkward it is. This is the other thing as well. For them, it's like, oh God, I should have spoken to them yesterday, but I didn't. Now the time's going on. And that feeling when you haven't spoken to someone for a long time, and then you feel as if you should really talk to them about something, but it's like, oh, how am I going to tell them that, sorry, I haven't spoken to you for so long? And it's a bit awkward. It's like that with them, only it's 10 times worse because they're attracted to you. So yeah, again, it's going to be very awkward when they talk to you. And the other thing I'm seeing around this is text conversations. I think you spoke to them mostly via text. Obviously you spoke to them, but I'm seeing a lot of texts. So you had a lot of communication with them that wasn't face to face. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, the other thing here is, you have this ambition. This is what I'm seeing. You have a few different ones, I think, but there's one big one. And you're really connected to this ambition and this idea. I think you've always had this. It's never left you. And I think recently, maybe you might have felt this slipping away in some way, or slipping away from you in terms of attention. Your attention and your passion for this might have felt as if it was, just fading a bit or slipping away, falling into the background. Now, if that's making sense to you, don't worry, it hasn't gone away. It's still there. It won't go away. And I think this is linked to being in a certain place as well. Being in a place, might be a town, a city, a country even, I don't know. Because I'm getting this feeling that's like, and you've been feeling this for a long time, I'm here for now. I'm in this place for now. It's fine for now. But I'm moving on to other things eventually. That's the kind of thing. And I think you've had that voice in the back of your head for a long, long, long time. It's been a little bit quieter lately. So you might be thinking, oh no, I'm losing that ambition. It's gone. It's fading away. Don't ever think that. You haven't lost this. You are going to be able to do this thing. But what I'm seeing is, yeah, you're going to be able to do this thing, but it's going to be quite different to how you imagined. I'm seeing two things at the same time, so it's really confusing. So I'll just move on to the other thing, because this is like a bit of a warning. So I want to tell you about this. Okay, this is a warning. If you're talking to someone about this particular thing, I think you might be making phone calls to someone and talking to them about this thing. I want to do this. I've got this ambition. I really want to do this. How am I going to do this? It's what I've always wanted. Da, 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 whatever. if you're talking to someone and you come away from these conversations feeling further away from that thing, if that makes sense, emotionally, if it feels further away from you, impossible, like an impossible dream almost, that's an indication that you shouldn't be discussing this with that particular person. So there's nothing wrong with that person. Talk to them forever. I don't mind. But around this particular thing, if you do feel that way, don't talk to them about that thing, because you don't want to let anyone get your mind off that, because it is an important thing for you. And I am seeing that it is something that you can actually do. That's what I'm seeing. So I won't say any more about that. I'm just going to go on to the next card, which is the King of Cups. So yeah, look at all these waves going up and down, all this water emotions. And sometimes this king, to me, is really, really hard to read. We're not sure whether he's positive, negative, what he's doing. He can be quite passive, so I don't like people who are like that. But also his eyes, like I always look at his eyes and we don't know whether he's kind of looking one way or the other way, and he seems to be kind of looking all over the place. So it's like I can't really read him. I don't know what he's like. And so I think that might be what this person's like who's coming back to you. I'm getting a bit of tension, and I'm getting passion with tension around that. So it's kind of hot and cold. If you look at this king, he's wearing red and blue, hot and cold. So I think that's how things might have been between you when you're around this person. And maybe you knew them for a long time before you became intimate with them, or maybe you knew them for a long time before you actually met them, because I keep on seeing these texts and messages. So it might be that you were talking to them online first before you met them or something, or it might just be that you were friends for a long time before it turned into something else. But I keep on seeing all these text conversations, texting more than talking. That's what I'm getting. But yeah, there was a lot of anticipation. And then things were hot and then cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. That's what I'm getting. So I can see why they're nervous about talking to you. And I can also see why you're very confused, because I think they've always been a bit confusing. That's what I'm seeing now with this hot and cold. It's like, that's why I was getting you confused, because it's like, for one thing, you're confused about, well, why are you talking to me now? But the other thing is, they've always been very confusing, this hot and cold. And, for Aries, that's absolutely terrible. That drives you crazy. So, yeah, so that's a little warning as well about this person talking to you. Okay, sounds like I'm warning you against everyone. I don't mean to. The last card you have, your presence, the Hanged Man. Okay, I just want to talk a little bit about this ambition that you have. And yeah, you've always had this. I keep on seeing, I've always had this. I've always wanted to do this. I'm doing other things now, but this other thing's always there. That's what I'm getting. Now, I think at one time, I think you were rushing toward this. It was like, I want to do this. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm focused on this thing. And then life went in a totally different direction for you, I think. And it's like everything you knew just turned upside down, like this man. And I think the path that you're on now came out of that big change when everything was turned upside down. And I think you might be looking at what you do now and seeing it as being fine. There's nothing wrong with this path. It's absolutely fine. I'm happy. It's fine. But it contradicts this other thing. So I think you might be thinking something like, okay, I want to stay doing this. I want to stay doing this. This is fine. But I want to do that other thing. Can I do the two? Because they seem to contradict each other. That's what I'm getting. It's like, this is here. That's right over there on another path. They seem to be completely contradictory. That's what I'm getting. Now, what I'm seeing here is these two things are going to be able to merge in some way. That's what I'm seeing. So you don't have to worry about this conflict, or you won't in the future, because they are going to merge. Now you might be thinking, how are these two things going to merge? They're so different. They are in some way. So it's like they're going to connect. You're going to be able to continue with what you're doing now and this other thing. And I hope that makes sense to you, because there is a lot of worry around this conflict. It's like, how am I going to do this and that at the same time? But I think these two things are going to gradually and naturally just merge together. That's what I'm seeing. So I hope that makes sense to someone. Okay, so the first card you have, your future's Temperance. Okay, yeah, this could be, I absolutely love this card to start with. Beautiful card. Yeah, this can be about blending opposites. Look at the way this angel's blending these two cups of water. So again, yeah, these two things, these two paths, they're going to merge. And I think that's what's going to help you to rise up a lot higher than you are now, especially in your career, because I think these are two career paths. So these things are going to come together like this angel's blending these two cups of water. And then she has her red wings and she's going to fly up into her passion. It's very, very beautiful. So I think that's what's going to happen to you. And it's going to seem effortless when it comes. It's going to seem very effortless. And I think this is a message to you to, when this starts to shift around for you and it starts to happen, let go and let this happen. Try to let go, try to relax, and just let all of this happen. Because there's nothing you are going to actually have to do practically to make this happen. I think you've already put the work in. You've already manifested this, and it's going to happen. And when this all starts to shift around you, try not to think things like, oh, that wasn't what I imagined. Maybe that's not the right thing. It is. If it's something that's near that, it is. It's going to lead you to this. Because the other thing is, nothing's ever exactly what you imagine. Nothing ever is. You know, if, for example, if you're planning a big holiday, you know, to somewhere amazing, and you know, you kind of, oh, I've booked my holiday, I'm really excited, I've been anticipating this for months, and I'm imagining I'm going to be there, I'm on the beach, and I'm going to look like this, and I'm going to wear my new whatever it is, and then I'm going to go here and do that, and it's going to be real, I'm going to go visit this amazing thing I want to see, and when you get there, of course, it's different. It's not how you imagined. It's not bad, it's just different. It's still good, it's just very different. It looks different, it feels different. So that's what it's going to be like for you. Good, but different. So when the different thing comes along, don't reject it and say, oh, that's not what I wanted. Because yes, it's not going to be exactly how you imagine, but it is going to be the thing. And I think you'll know. I think you'll know when it comes. But don't reject it if it's not exactly how you have it in your head. All right, so the next card you have, you futures, the Six of Wands. Yeah, fantastic card. So relax a bit more around this work thing, this ambition. Again, I'm seeing this again. It's going to happen for you. You have the victory card. It's going to happen for you. So just, you can relax in knowing that that's going to happen. Don't worry about when, don't worry about how, don't worry about what it looks like. It's going to happen. Okay, and also I think in this card, yeah, this might be the time when you find out who's behind this kind of, these little posts, this talking that I was seeing in the Knight of Wands. Yeah, someone's going to come out. Yeah, you're going to find this out, and I think you might actually find this out indirectly, because I'm seeing words here. So it might be something on social media, and that might be what catches them out. And because this is the victory card, and I was seeing ambition and a bit of jealousy as well, this is what this person feels like. I'm looking at the crowd on this card. There's a man on a horse who's coming into victory. All the crowds around him, they're all giving him attention. He's victorious. He's up there. And all the other people are crowding around him. They feel as if they're part of the crowd and not the person that's up on the horse. And they want to be up on that horse. That's the whole reason why all this is happening. They're not the celebrated one. They want to be the celebrated one. That's what I'm seeing. But yeah, it's going to come out. You're going to find out who this is, and I don't think you're going to want them around you. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, the last card you have, your future, is the Two of Pentacles. Okay, I'm seeing something completely different here. If you've lent someone some money, or if someone owes you money, you know, it might be a person, might be a company, it could be anything or anyone. If you pursue this, if you try to get this money back, which I think you should, if you do this, it's going to take time. I'm seeing a lot of phone calls here. I'm seeing, or messages, or both, going kind of backwards and forwards. People not getting back to you. It's going to feel like an infinity, which is what's on this card. And if you keep on pushing this and you don't give up, you'll definitely get a result. You'll get this back. But I think whoever this is, they're going to try to let this kind of drag on and on, so that for you, so that you eventually kind of say, well, I'm going to give up, I'm going to forget about this. That's what they're hoping is going to happen. So, you might decide that it's not worth all this trouble. It might be a little amount of money, it might be a tiny amount, it might not be anything. Or it might just be, well, I'm going to let it go, whatever. You might feel like that. But if you do pursue this, no matter what it is, you are going to get a result at the end, but it is going to take a lot of work to get there. You're going to have to push and push and push. But if you do, you are going to get that result. So that's what I'm seeing with that card.